Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap. Please let me know, am I audible, visible, clear to all of you? Is everything going right on my end? Please confirm. Please confirm, I'm waiting for all of your responses. Is everything going good? Yes. So a formal welcome to all of you towards your UPSC 2025 marathons in which we are covering all the important subjects for your exam. Right, today the topic is of insurance, and this is your ninth marathon out of total 16 planned. Right, and by the way, my name is Jalaj Nagpal. Right, so let's start. How many questions we have to solve today? Today we will solve 50 very basic level questions which are generally asked in your exam also. So I will expect everybody of you to participate. I will expect that you all will give me the right answer. Let's start, but before I move ahead, if you have not joined our YouTube channel, then please subscribe to it. If you want PDF of this particular class for free, then you can join our Telegram channel also. The link is given in the description box below. Right? So let's start with the very first question on your screen. Now I will be reading the question, then pausing for 10 seconds, and then you have to answer it. Remember, all the questions which I have are easy to moderate level, which are generally asked in your paper also. So question number one we have on our screen. What is the risk in the context of insurance? So if you see what is the risk in the context of insurance basically means how you define risk. Insurance में risk को कैसे define करा जाता है? That you have to tell me in this particular question. Actual occurrence of the loss event, the chance of suffering a loss as a result of uncertain events, a guaranteed financial benefit, or a premium amount charged by the insurance company. Yes, if you see risk, there are two things, risk and then you have uncertainty. Right? Risk basically is the probability of having a kind of a loss. For example, if I do trading in stock market, then there are chances that I can be in loss. Right? Uncertainty is completely blank. It's like complete andhera. You cannot even have any kind of chance over here. Right? So chance is not available, probability is not available in uncertainty, but in risk you can say that some probabilities will be available to you. Now, in the context of insurance, risk is defined as a chance. A chance basically means probability of suffering a loss as a result of some uncertain events. कल कुछ भी हो सकता है, उसके कारण मुझे कितना loss हो सकता है, that is basically your risk. So the correct answer over here will be option number B. Right? So the correct answer is B. I hope all of you would have given B only, which is good to see. Question number 2 on my screen. And all the questions which I have brought are on your examination level only. Right? Which of the following is not a characteristic of an insurance contract? Now, in insurance contract, we all have to remember that there are two parties. You have insurer and insured, then you have premium, then you have a contract which is being signed by both the parties. So question is asking you which of the following is not a characteristic of insurance contract. Insurance is a contract between two parties, yes, because you have insurer and insured, right? Insured is basically the party who is taking the insurance. Insurer is basically the company who is giving you insurance, right? Insurer make a promise to the insured. A company makes a promise to somebody that yes, if something happens to you, then I will pay you. Don't worry for that. So that's the two-way contract, or that's a contract, two parties in the insurance contract. Insurance provide guarantees of profit? No, horribly no. So the correct answer over here will be B only. Because as per insurance contract, you cannot use it for gambling purpose. You cannot use it for profit making purpose also. Right? So answer will be B. Even if you don't read ahead, you will still be able to mark your answer. Lawful consideration. Lawful consideration means what? That if I give something to one party, for example, this is your insurer and this is your insured. If insurer is giving a promise to the insured that I will protect you in your bad times, then insurance will make insured will make a premium payment. Right? So this consideration means what? किसी चीज के बदले आपको कुछ मिलना, दैट इज बेसिकली नोन एज कंसिडरेशन एंड इट शुड बी लॉफुल. Lawful as in like going as per the act, right? Payment is contingent upon happening of specific event. Specifically event means what? कि अगर आपको कुछ लॉस होता है तभी जाके आपको पेमेंट मिलेगा. So option C and D and A were correct, but the correct answer over here will be option number B. Right? How does insurance provide गारंटी? इट इज नॉट प्रोवाइडिंग, राइट? देयरफॉर हम लोग उसको इनकरेक्ट मार्क कर रहे हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 नाउ, और प्लीज टेल मी, इज माई स्पीड गोइंग गुड? क्या मुझे हिंदी बोलनी है और डू आई नीड टू स्पीक इंग्लिश? प्लीज आप मुझे बता दीजिए, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट अ रेगुलर टीचर इन EPFO. माई मेजर डोमेन इज इन RBI, NABARD, SEBI. बट अगर आपको कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा चाहिए हो मेरी तरफ से तो आप प्लीज चैट बॉक्स में बताइएगा. चलिए, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. What is the primary purpose of insurance premium? Right, so we are just taking each and every component now. What is the primary purpose of insurance premium? To guarantee profit? Horribly incorrect. To provide basis for calculating tax benefit? No. To present consideration paid in the protection of losses and damages? Yes. To present consideration. Consideration again ये भी बहुत important word है. इसका मतलब मैंने आपको वही बताया. It's like if I give you something, then I will expect something in return. For example, if I am purchasing chips from a journal store, then I am giving payment of rupees 10 and I am getting the packet of rupees chips. Right? I am getting a packet of chips. So therefore, in every contract, there has to be a consideration which is lawful. To serve as a penalty, no. So if you see, this was again a very basic answer. The correct answer will be C. I can see all of you are giving the right one. Cool, very good. Question number 4. What does the principal payment on contingency state? Now we are breaking down the definition of insurance. So अगर आप definition of insurance देखोगे उस पे ही हमने 4 क्वेश्चन अभी तक सॉल्व कर लिए हैं. And I also need answer for this particular question. Please tell me, in which particular year Insurance Act was passed? In which year Insurance Act was passed? So I'm asking you 2 questions in question number 4. 4.1 is what is the principal payment on contingency state, and the second one I have asked you differently. What is the principle on the payment of contingency state? The insurer must pay insured regardless of whether the loss occur or not. The insurer can make profit from the insurance policy if no contingency occurs. The insured must pay monthly premium unconditionally. The insurer is required to compensate the insured only when the specific event occurs. Yes, this will be your right answer. A, B or C. Even if you apply your logic, it is not making any sense. The insurer make payment on insured regardless of a loss? No. Insured can make profit? Horribly no. Insurer must pay monthly premiums only? No, you can pay half yearly also, you can pay annually also. So the correct answer over here will be D. Insurance Act was passed in which year, my friend? 1938. Very good. Very good, my friends. Please remember all of these stuff. They will definitely help you in your exam also. बाकी देखो एग्जाम में क्या आता है, but I am trying my best कि आपका basic सारा cover हो जाए. Question number 5 now. A very application kind of question which is UPSC specific. Yes, UPSC specific. चलिए, answer this question. Ravi takes a life insurance policy. Ravi takes a life insurance policy on his business partner Mohan. After few years, they close their business, no longer working together. So they started with a life insurance policy for a business partner. So Ravi and Mohan took a policy, but after some time or after few years, their business closed. So what will happen now? Who holds insurable interest? Remember, principles of insurance you have to revise one more time before you go into the examination hall. Principle of insurance is definitely the most important topic of the insurance chapter, right? Insurable interest means what? Ki you should have certain interest in the matter of insurance. For example, if I'm taking insurance for my house, I have interest in my house. अगर मेरा house मेरे साथ नहीं होगा तो मुझे loss होगा. So if my asset is not with me, then there will be losses to me. Asset basically means the property, right? But in this case, Ravi is taking life insurance for his business partner Mohan, and after some time, the business closes, their partnership closes. So who holds insurable interest? No one. C will be the correct answer. C will be the correct answer, because in this particular case, business is getting closed. Once your business is getting closed, the partnership which they would have signed before beginning the business, that also comes to close. So जब आपका insurable interest ही खत्म हो जाता है, then there is no need of any insurance. For example, let's say I have this particular house with me. Right? Let's say I have this particular house with me. I sold this house to somebody else. Let's say I sold it to Ram. Now, can I take insurance for this particular house again? The answer is no, because I am no longer the owner of this particular house. So you need to have insurable interest in the matter of insurance. आपका उसमें कुछ हिस्सा होना चाहिए. You should be the owner of that particular asset. Then only you can take the insurance. So this is very very, I would say, tough for you, because शायद सबने गलत आंसर दिया है. Right? The correct answer will be C. Nobody will have insurable interest in this case, क्योंकि यहाँ पे पार्टनरशिप ही खत्म हो गया, बिजनेस ही खत्म हो गया है. राइट? सो जब सब चीजें खत्म होगी तो इंश्योरेंस भी खत्म हो जाएगा. सिंपल कंसेप्ट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 नाउ. चलिए अब मजा आएगा, बिकॉज सम इजी क्वेश्चन, सम टफ क्वेश्चंस. चलिए. Rohit buys a health insurance policy from ABC Limited. After 2 months, he files a claim for hospitalization. In this contract, who is insured and who is insurer? Rohit buys an insurance health policy from ABC Limited. After 2 months, he files for a claim of hospitalization. In this contract, who is an insured and who is an insurer? Please explain in Hindi. Okay, Harshita, I will try to explain in Hindi now. अब मैं हिंदी यूज करता हूँ, बीच बीच में इंग्लिश भी कर लूंगा. रोहित ने एक हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी ली है फ्रॉम एबीसी लिमिटेड से. आफ्टर 2 months ही फाइल्स फॉर अ हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन. इन दिस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हु इज इंश्योर्ड एंड हु इज इंश्योरर? इंश्योर्ड इज बेसिकली द पार्टी. ये वो पार्टी है जो इंश्योरेंस लेती है. राइट? इंश्योरर इज दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्टी जो इंश्योरेंस देता है. राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल द कंपनी. इन दिस केस ABC Limited is the insurer and Rohit is insured. Yes, the correct answer will be option number A itself. आपको आगे पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Right? Because ABC Limited is giving the insurance. वो कंपनी दे रही है insurance. So that is a company, and insured is basically the person who is availing. जो कंपनी से insurance ले रहा है, यानी customer. Right? So in this case, Rohit will be insured. The correct answer will be 6 का A. Question number 7. What is the difference between sum assured and surrender value? Sum assured और surrender value में क्या difference है? That is what the question is asking to you. Sum assured is the amount for which insurance is taken, while surrender value is the amount paid if the policy is discontinued before maturity. Okay, looks wonderful. Sum assured is the premium paid. No, sum assured is not the premium, so B should be eliminated. Sum assured and surrender value are same thing? No, they are definitely different. Sum assured is calculated after maturity, while surrender value is at the beginning of is decided at the beginning. This is also incorrect, because sum assured and your surrender value both are decided in beginning only. Yes, the correct answer over here, because B, C, D are eliminated, your A will be the correct one. Sum assured basically means if my insured dies, then I will give him 2 crore of rupees. By him I mean the family members of Mr. XYZ. Right? Surrender value means that if you break the policy in between, then this is the money which you can get. So this is surrender value. Surrender value is the amount paid if the policy is discontinued before the maturity. So अगर बीच में ही ब्रेक कर दिया तो surrender value. अगर आप ईयर एंड तक लेके जाते हो, अगर आप पूरी पॉलिसी कंटिन्यू करते हो, then it's your sum assured. Cool. Next question. Right? Question number 8. What is the purpose of risk evaluation by insurer? What is the purpose of risk evaluation? Insurer risk evaluation क्यों करता है? This is what the question is asking to you. To deny insurance to all participants. This is horribly incorrect, because if this is correct, then who will take insurance? अगर यही गलत है तो इंश्योरेंस कौन लेगा फिर? To calculate the right amount of the premium to be paid. Yes. Why? Because see my friend, जितना आपकी अंदर रिस्क ज्यादा है, जितना आपकी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में रिस्क ज्यादा है, उतना ही ज्यादा प्रीमियम भी चार्ज होगा. बट जितना रिस्क कम है, उतना कम प्रीमियम चार्ज होगा. This basically means if let's say Ram is taking a health insurance and this particular person has some heart related disease. If he has some heart related disease, then definitely I will charge higher premium from him, because he is at a higher risk of getting a heart disease. Right? But on the other hand, if I take Sham is completely healthy. he has no disease, then I will be charging less premium from him because he is completely healthy. So the chances of heart disease coming to Sham is less. So whenever risk is less, less premium. Whenever risk is more, higher premium. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number B. Right? C and D are not making any sense. Right? So answer will be B for question number 8. Question number 9. IRDAI was established in which particular year? IRDAI was established or created in which particular year? IRDAI Act was passed in which year, my friend? IRDAI Act was passed in 1999. IRDAI establishment year or created year is 2000. Right? Therefore, the correct answer will be option number C. Can you tell me where is the headquarter of IRDAI? Where is the headquarter of IRDAI? Where is the headquarter of IRDAI? Yes, Hyderabad, Telangana. Right? And if you have the knowledge, then please tell me who is the current managing director of IRDAI. Who is the current managing director of IRDAI? And remember the committee name which recommended that we need to have IRDAI in our Indian economy. It was Malhotra Committee. Right? Malhotra Committee. Remember it. Cool. Now let's move forward. The answer over here is C, which we have done. Question number 10. Which statement correctly describes term insurance? Term life insurance, sorry. Term life insurance. Now there are two type of insurance if you see. You have life insurance and you have non-life insurance. Right? Non-life को journal insurance भी बोलते हैं. Life insurance is basically that particular insurance in which we protect the life of the insured. In non-life, we protect some assets, some I would say health of the insured. Right. So बताइए question. Yes, Ajay Seth. Somebody saying Ajay Seth, Malhotra Committee. Okay, Hyderabad. Question number 10. Which statement correctly describes term life insurance? Term life insurance, my friend, will come with a specific term. For example, this is a 10-year term and you are taking policy in the very first year. Now, if anything happens to the insured in this particular period, then he will get the entire sum insured. He will get the entire sum insured. But in this 10 years, if he survives, if he lives, then definitely he will not get anything. In fact, the premiums which he have deposited in the insurance company will also be not be returned. Right? So term life insurance is the protection for limited number of years and terminates with no maturity value. It provides investment returns along with life cover. It guarantees payment regardless of whether death occurs or not. It provides coverage for lifelong with no maturity date. Yes, the correct answer will be option number D. Over here you don't have any maturity value because if something happens to you then only the payment will be made. If you अगर आप survive कर गए पूरे term के लिए then nothing will be paid to you. Right? So answer will be option number D. And remember, under life insurance, you have term life, you have endowment plans, you have your ULIPs, unit link insurance policies, you have your money back policies and whatnot. You have annuities also. ये सब के सब life insurance के अंदर ही आते हैं. राइट एंड इन नॉन लाइफ यू हैव योर हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस जो कि बहुत पॉपुलर इंडिया में जिसे मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस भी बोलते हैं. देन यू हैव फायर इंश्योरेंस, यू हैव वाटर इंश्योरेंस और जिसे मरीन इंश्योरेंस भी बोलते हैं. राइट देन यू हैव योर थेफ्ट इंश्योरेंस, टूरिज्म इंश्योरेंस एंड वॉट नॉट. सो नॉन लाइफ के अंदर आपकी हेल्थ के रिलेटेड जो नहीं है वो आते हैं और लाइफ के अंदर जो आपकी हेल्थ के रिलेटेड है वो सारे आते हैं. राइट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. कोई भी डाउट हो तो आप प्लीज पूछिएगा इन द चैट बॉक्स. आई विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू एड्रेस इट. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. What is the key difference between endowment policy that differentiate it from term insurance? What is the key feature which differentiate endowment and term? दोनों के दोनों लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के अंदर आते हैं. दोनों के दोनों लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के अंदर आते हैं. बट टर्म और एंडोनमेंट में फर्क क्या होता है ये आपको क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है. बताइए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 का आंसर. एंडोमेंट पॉलिसीज promises to pay full face amount at the death of term at the end of the term if insured survives in addition to the death benefits. Endowment policy provides coverage for only case of disabilities. No. Endowment policies do not require any premium payments. No, because every contract of insurance will require a premium. Endowment policies provide zero benefit if the insured survives the term. No. Therefore, the correct answer will be A only. Now, what happens in endowment is even if you survive, even if something happens to you in this period of policy, then they will give you the sum insured. or the sum assured. But if you survive, then also you will get certain value over here. So it's like better it is to take endowment plan as compared to a term insurance. So the correct answer will be option number A. Question number 12. What is the primary purpose of pension or annuity plans? Annuity is what, my friend, if somebody tells you कि annuity का definition बताओ. Annuity means what? A series of payment which is fixed in nature. Which is fixed in nature, done for a specific time. So what is the primary purpose of pension or annuity plans in insurance? To provide lump sum payment at the time of policy purchase, to provide regular income, to guarantee investment profits, or to avoid payment of income taxes. See, D तो कभी सही हो ही नहीं सकता. So elimination भी आप कर सकते हो. आज आपके पास 50 क्वेश्चंस है. ओके, बिकॉज इंश्योरेंस छोटा कंपोनेंट है, तो एज पर द डायरेक्शंस रिसीव आज हमें 50 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं. चलिए. यस, your annuity payments are basically a series of regular payment, right? Series of regular payment के लिए आपका आंसर बनेगा ऑप्शन नंबर बी, right? It will be answer number, question number, or you can say answer number B only, right? And there are two type of annuities. You have your, I would say, immediate annuity, you have your deferred annuity. Let it be, एक क्वेश्चन आगे है, तब हम लोग immediate और deferred annuity के बारे में समझेंगे. चलिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 13. This is what the question was. You have to tell me what is the difference between immediate and deferred annuity. Immediate annuity और deferred annuity में फर्क क्या है? This is what the question is asking to you. Immediate annuity means what? Immediate annuity means कि आपकी annuity जल्दी से झट से स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. जैसे आपने वन टाइम पेमेंट किया, annuity start. Deferred annuity means बाद में. Deferred annuity means later on. After some period, this annuity will start. Right? So immediate annuity starts payment after waiting period. Deferred annuity starts immediately. Incorrect. Both are exactly the same. Again, incorrect. Immediate annuity is for life insurance only. Deferred is for journal. Immediate annuity requires lump sum premium. This is correct because deferred annuity requires regular contributions. Now what happens in deferred annuities? For example, you are contributing for 20 years. This is your contribution. Your annuity will start another after 10 years. So this is what deferred is. And in deferred, you have to make contribution every now and then. But in immediate annuity, you make a one-time payment and your annuity will start. Therefore, the correct answer will be option number D. 13th का D होगा. Okay, this statement number C, ये कुछ भी sense नहीं बना पा रहा है. So therefore, we are eliminating it. Next question, question number 14. What is required under principle of utmost good faith in insurance contract? Principle of utmost good faith, principle of Eubrametry Fedi are definitely the most important principles for your exam. Principle of utmost good faith says what? Both parties must pay equal premiums. Both parties must provide clear and concise information related to insurance terms and the subject matter. The insured must guarantee no loss will occur, and the insurer must always approve claims without investigation. Again explain which question. Question number 14 basically means utmost good faith is that particular principle in which both the parties of insurance will tell the truth. They will not hide anything in the insurance contract. See, both the parties must pay equal premiums. No, because one party pays the premium, right? Both parties provide clear and concise information related to insurance terms. Yes, this is the correct one. In insurance contract, the moment you say any kind of false statement, or if you tell anything which is not correct, you hide something which is relevant, your insurance policy will collapse. Your insurance policy will collapse. So the correct answer is option number B. Right. Next, question number 15. When was the first insurance company established in India? Yes, Eubrametry Fedi. Very good. When was the first insurance company established in India? First insurance company was established in the year 1818. So your answer will be option number A. Can you name that company? Oriental Life Insurance, established in Kolkata. Right, ये सब याद रखना है. Cool. It will be 1818. Answer will be option number A. Right, so you can see 1818 में start हुआ था with Oriental Life Insurance in Kolkata. Right, and yes, also remember this is your first life insurance. Okay, Cool. Next question is question number 16. This is quite amazing question, I would say. Many people get it incorrect. चलिए. Sir, I am in class 12th. Am I too late to? No, no, you are not late. Start. If the property of 20 lakh is insured for 10 lakhs, so your property is of 20 lakhs, but you are insuring it up to 10 lakhs only. So this is your value of property, but you are making only 10 lakhs का insurance. This is known as under insurance. अंडर इंश्योरेंस एज इन कि आपकी प्रॉपर्टी ज़्यादा बड़ी है बट आपने इंश्योरेंस कम अमाउंट का ले रखा है. Now, your property suffers a damage of 6 lakhs. Your property suffers a damage of 6 lakh. So, insurance company will not directly give you 6 lakh because you are having under insurance. So, insurance company इसका ratio देगी, proportionate देगी. तो जब 20 लाख की पॉलिसी 20 लाख की प्रॉपर्टी है, आपने 10 लाख 20 लाख की प्रॉपर्टी है, आपने 10 लाख का इंश्योरेंस ले रखा है. अगर 6 लाख का लॉस हुआ है तो आपको सिर्फ 3 लाख रुपए ही मिलेंगे. सो योर आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर डी, नॉट सी. नॉट सी. आपको 6 लाख तब मिलते जब आप फुल इंश्योरेंस लेते. फुल इंश्योरेंस यानी कि पूरी 20 लाख की प्रॉपर्टी है, मैंने 20 लाख का ही इंश्योरेंस ले रखा है, तब जाके आपको 6 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं. बट यहाँ पे अंडर इंश्योरेंस है. अंडर इंश्योरेंस मीन्स व्हाट, कि प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यू ज्यादा है, इंश्योरेंस कम अमाउंट का है, तो आपको रेशियो लेना पड़ेगा. राइट, यू हैव टू टेक रेशियो लाइक 10 into 20, 10 divided by 20 into 6 lakh. So it will come out as 3. So your answer will be option number D. Remember, ये अंडर इंश्योरेंस का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था. राइट, अगर ये फुल इंश्योरेंस होता तो आपको पक्का 6 लाख रुपए ही मिलते. बट फुल इंश्योरेंस पता कैसे चलेगा? क्वेश्चन बोलेगा कि 20 लाख की प्रॉपर्टी है और 20 लाख का ही इंश्योरेंस लिया गया है, तब जाके वो फुल इंश्योरेंस में काउंट होता. ये समझ नहीं आया? सिंपल आपको ये याद रखना है, जब अंडर इंश्योरेंस होता है, अंडर इंश्योरेंस यानी प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यू ज़्यादा है और आपने इंश्योरेंस कम ले रखा है, तो इसका आपको रेशियो निकालना होगा. हमारे केस में रेशियो आ रहा था 10/20 विच इज 1/2, 0.5. राइट. अब आपका लॉस हुआ है 6 लाख का, तो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी आपको पूरा का पूरा 6 लाख नहीं देगी, वो भी इसका रेशियो ही देगी. तो 6 into 0.5 विल बी 3 लाख ओनली, देयर फोर आंसर इज डी. राइट. बट अगर आपने पूरी प्रॉपर्टी को इंश्योरेंस करा रखा है, पूरी प्रॉपर्टी को, तब आपका रेशियो 1 ही रहेगा. राइट. और अगर आपका लॉस 6 लाख का हुआ है उस केस में, तो आपको 6 लाख रुपीज ही मिलेंगे, बट ये अंडर इंश्योरेंस था. राइट. सो आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर डी. Question number 17. Now try to answer this question. A fire policy covers a loss of 5 lakh. Actual loss is 3 lakh. How much insurance will pay? How much insurer will pay? This is principle of indemnity. Principle of indemnity means that insurance company will pay you once you have losses. नाउ अब इस केस में अंडर है, ओवर है या फुल इंश्योरेंस है पता नहीं लग सकता, बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट बीन गिवन फुल इंफॉर्मेशन. बट आपको अज्यूम करना है कि फुल इंश्योरेंस ही है. राइट. सो यहाँ पे प्रॉपर्टी 5 लाख की है तो 5 लाख का इंश्योरेंस ले रखा है. अ फायर पॉलिसी कवर्स अ लॉस ऑफ 5 lakhs. Actual loss is 3 lakh. How much insurance company will make? Yes, insurance company will give you option number B, which is 3 lakh. So in this case, company will give you 3 lakh and company will only give you up to the loss suffered. बिकॉज अगर मेरा लॉस 3 लाख का है और मुझे कंपनी से 5 लाख रुपए मिल गए, सो दिस इज अ केस ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड इंश्योरेंस कंपनी नेवर अलाउज यू टू बी इन प्रॉफिट. आप प्रॉफिट कमा ही नहीं सकते इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री में. राइट. आप सिर्फ अपने लॉसेस को कवर कर सकते हो. सो यहाँ पे लॉस था 3 लाख का, आपने उसे कवर कर लिया, दैट्स द एंड ऑफ द स्टोरी. आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर बी. राइट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 18. आफ्टर सेटलिंग अ मोटर क्लेम, the insurer sues the third party who caused the accident. Which principle applies? Remember, this is a principle of subrogation. Right? Subrogation. You can see the spelling. Subrogation. Subrogation. Subrogation means after settling a motoring claim, the insurer sues the third party who caused the accident. For example, मैं गाड़ी चला रहा था and somebody just hit me. Insurance company will make the payment to me. So I am out now because I have got the payment. But insurance company will now step into my shoes and they will collect the payment from the party जिसकी गलती थी. Right? This is known as principle of subrogation. So the correct answer will be option number D. Principle of subrogation बहुत important है. Why? Because this is again a foundational principle of insurance. इसका बेसिक मतलब यही है कि इंश्योरेंस कंपनी मेरी जगह आ जाएगी, क्योंकि मेरे को इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ने पैसे दे दिए तो मेरी एग्जिट हो गई, एंड इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल नाउ वसूल द पैसा, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल नाउ टेक द पैसा फ्रॉम द पर्सन हु हैज डन द मिस्टेक. सो योर आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर डी. Right? Now, question number 19 now. 19. A shipment is damaged due to rats entering after the delay caused by the storm. A shipment is damaged due to rats entering after the delay caused by the storm. The policy covers storm damage only. Claim outcome in this particular case will be what? Will the insurance company will pay you full? Will they pay you partly? Will they reject the claim or will they pay you 50%? आपने इंश्योरेंस लिया था कि आपका जो भी पूरा का पूरा शिपमेंट है दैट हैज टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड अगेंस्ट द स्टॉर्म, बट आपकी जहाज में कुछ चूहे आ गए और उन चूहों ने आपका पूरा शिपमेंट खराब कर दिया. तो क्या आपको यहाँ पे इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी मिलेगा? क्या आपको यहाँ पे इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी मिलेगा? The answer is no. They will reject your claim. Why? Because see, in this particular case, you have to apply the principle of proxima cause. Proxima cause. This basically says what? कि जो भी nearest cause है, जो भी nearest cause है for the loss of damage or for the loss, that will be taken. If that particular loss is covered, you will get the money. Otherwise, you will not get the money. In this case, the most proximate cause for the loss, the most proximate cause for the loss was rats. और आपने rats के लिए इंश्योरेंस नहीं ले रखा, तो you will not get any money. The correct answer will be C. Immediate cause was rats not involved. Therefore, we have to apply the principle proximate clause. Proximate clause again means the same thing, that जो भी गलती हुई है वो covered होनी चाहिए. As simple as that. Question number 20. If a pipeline bursts, the factory owner does nothing to reduce the water damage. This principle violates what? This principle violates what? See, 6 से 7 principles ही है, तो उनको प्लीज रिवाइज कर लेना. लास्ट ईयर भी क्वेश्चन इस पे ही आया था. आई एम अगेन एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट इस साल भी क्वेश्चन प्रिंसिपल्स पे ही आना चाहिए. नो नो, बट rats entered due to storm, ये कहाँ लिखा था? सर इज दिस सेशन इनफ फॉर रिवीजन? यस, इनफ तो हो सकता है, बट पूरा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव प्रिपरेशन आपको करना चाहिए रिवीजन के लिए. हाँ, दिस इज गुड. Yes, this is your violation of principle of mitigation of loss. Principle of mitigation of loss means that if something is happening in front of you, you should try to reduce that particular loss. ऐसे नहीं कि आप सिर्फ खड़े खड़े देख रहे हो कि लॉस हो रहा है, उसे होने दो. So that is not allowed in the insurance contract. If any loss is happening, you should immediately take some steps to reduce it. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number B. Right? Now, let's take a pause. You have to tell me how many of you have done right from the questions 20. जितने भी क्वेश्चंस हमने अभी तक सॉल्व करे, आपके सही कितने हुए हैं? आप बताइए. जो 20 क्वेश्चन हमने, आपके कितने हुए हैं? Waiting for your responses in the chat so that we can check your performance also. चलिए बताइए कितने सही करे आप लोगों ने, बताइए. प्रिंसिपल शॉर्ट में बता दीजिए. ओके, क्यों नहीं. सबसे पहला प्रिंसिपल होता है अटमोस्ट गुड फेथ, जिसको प्रिंसिपल ऑफ यूब्रामेट्री फेडाई भी बोलता है. इसका मतलब ये होता है दैट ओवर हेयर यू विल नॉट से एनीथिंग फॉल्स. आप हमेशा ट्रुथ ही बोलोगे, आप हमेशा सही चीजें ही बोलोगे इंश्योरेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में. देन प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सब्रोगेशन. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सब्रोगेशन यानी होता है कि अगर इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ने मुझे पैसे दे दिए तो मैं उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से बाहर हो गया, अब इंश्योरेंस कंपनी दूसरे बंदे ने जिसने गलती करी है उससे पैसा वसूल करेगी. सो दैट इज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सब्रोगेशन. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मिटिगेशन ऑफ लॉस बेसिकली मीन्स दैट इफ एनी लॉस इज हैपनिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी, आई विल ट्राई टू रिड्यूस दैट पर्टिकुलर लॉस. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं लॉस होने दूं मेरी आंखों के सामने, मेरे को रिड्यूस करना होगा. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इंडेमनिटी. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इंडेमनिटी बेसिकली मीन्स कि अगर आपको लॉस हुआ है, in that case only you will get money from the insurance company. Indemnity principle ये भी इंश्योर करता है कि आपको इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से प्रॉफिट ना हो. आपका लॉस अगर 3 लाख का है तो 3 लाख रुपए ही मिलेंगे, ऐसा नहीं कि आपको 10 लाख रुपए मिल जाए. राइट. एंड प्रिंसिपल ऑफ प्रॉक्सिमेट कॉज बेसिकली मीन्स व्हाट, कि नियरेस्ट कॉज विल बी सीन. if that nearest clause is covered, if that nearest clause is covered in your policy, then only you will get the money, right? So these are basic principle. Cool. So those who are writing 17 plus, very good, because all the questions which we have discussed are basic only. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 21. क्वेश्चन नंबर 21 नाउ. इसका आंसर बताइए प्लीज. Ria hides her previous heart surgery. So Ria is speaking false over here. She is facing false. She is speaking false rather. She should have told about the heart surgery. Later her claim get rejected. Which principle violated? The correct answer will be principle of utmost good faith, which is your answer number C. Right? Indemnity nahi hoga, subrogation nahi hoga, and yes, principle of contribution means what? For example, if I have taken insurance from two companies, company 1 and company 2. Okay, from company 1 I have taken an insurance of 5 lakh, and from company 2 I have taken of 10 lakh. Right? Now let's say my loss happens of 8 lakh. So will I get 15 lakhs from the two companies? No. यहाँ पे भी रेशियो लगेगा, 1:2 का रेशियो आएगा. So company pay will pay me 8 into 1:2, and the rest part will be paid by the other company. Right? So प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन मीन्स अगर दो कंपनी से इंश्योरेंस ले रखा है तो वो प्रपोर्शनेट आपको पैसा देगी, ऐसा नहीं कि आपको सारा पैसा एक बार में मिल जाए. राइट? क्वेश्चन नंबर 22 right now. 21 was easy. Principle of utmost good faith was violated. Question number 22. Which of the following is not related to life insurance? Which of the following is not related to life insurance? Whole life policy, yes, it is life insurance. Endowment policy, again, it's a life insurance. Money back, again. Fire insurance is not life. Fire insurance is a journal insurance. So therefore, my correct answer will be option number D. Right? Cool. Next. Question number 23. How long must an insurance company honor the awards passed by the insurance ombudsman? So if insurance ombudsman have given an award, for example, if they had said that you have to give rupees 30 lakhs to so and so person, then how long must an insurance company must honor the award? They will honor the award in next coming 30 days. So your answer will be A. So this is factual question, my friend. Factual यानी सीधा सीधा पूछ लिया. So answer will be option number A. Right? Next question. What is the maximum sum insured amount limit for which an insurance ombudsman has the power to address the complaints? क्या आप इंश्योरेंस ombudsman के पास 50 करोड़ 10 करोड़ का क्लेम लेके जा सकते हो? Please answer this question. All of you are saying A. Hari is saying D. Nehal is saying A. The correct answer is none of the above, because you can take up to 50 lakhs only. Previously this limit was 30 lakh, but now it has been increased to 50 lakhs. Therefore the correct answer is option number D. Okay, remember option number D, right, which is none of the above. यहाँ पे E लिखा है, sorry, यहाँ पे आंसर आपका D होगा. But I hope you understand this, that you have to only take 50 lakhs तक का ही. उससे ऊपर है तो you have to go and visit your, I would say, consumer courts. But in insurance ombudsman, you can only file a case up to 50 lakhs. Question number 25 now. A customer wants a life insurance plan that returns the portion of the sum assured every few years during the policy term. So एक कस्टमर है आपके लिए जो चाहता है कि कुछ ना कुछ पेमेंट उसे जरूर मिलता रहे ड्यूरिंग द टर्म ऑफ द पॉलिसी. What this particular policy will be called? Term. See, term के अंदर तो कुछ पैसा नहीं मिलेगा अगर आप जीवित रह गए तो. If you are surviving the entire period, then you will not get any money. Endowment में पैसा मिलेगा either the person dies or the person survives. But यहाँ पे आपको regular returns लेने की बात हो रही है. राइट? होल लाइफ के अंदर भी एंड में ही पैसा मिलता है, और होल लाइफ तो पूरे लाइफ के लिए होती है, वहां पे मेच्योरिटी वैल्यू होती है, बट वो बहुत लंबे समय के लिए होती है. द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी every few years, right? So correct answer will be option number D, money back. Right? In money back, what happens is that 2 lakhs I am receiving right now, 2 lakhs later, 2 lakhs later, and 2 lakhs. So ऐसे ऐसे करके payments मिलता है. Right? So the answer will be option number D. Question number 26. What constraint does double insurance place on claims? Double insurance means this only, like जैसे अगर मैंने अपनी लाइफ के लिए दो कंपनी से पॉलिसी ले ली, right? Company 1 and company 2. Company 1 is 5 lakh, company 2 is giving me policy of 10 lakh. These are the sum insured. Ratio हो गया 1:2 का, right? 1:2 का. Now let's say a loss happened. Let's say the person is no more. Now this 1 crore or any amount of rupees, 2 crore, this will again be divided into 1:2 ka ratio. So company A will pay the one part and company 2 will pay the second part. Question number 26. The total claim cannot exceed the actual cost or loss. Both policies must be claimed simultaneously. Only the first policy will be claimed. Double insurance is completely prohibited. No. See, C and D you can eliminate because they are extreme statements. The total claim cannot exceed the actual loss. Both policies must be claimed simultaneously. What is your answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option number A. Why? Because total claim will never exceed. अगर आपका 1 करोड़ का लॉस हुआ है तो दोनों 1 करोड़ अपने आप में बांट लेगी. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको हर जगह से पैसा मिलेगा, राइट? हर जगह से मिल सकता है बट वो ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आपको लॉस 1 करोड़ का हुआ है आपको कंपनी 2 करोड़ दे रही, वो कभी नहीं होगा, राइट? सो आंसर विल बी ए. Question number 27. What is the fundamental difference between assurance and insurance? Assurance and insurance में what is the difference? Assurance and insurance are in the same terms. Insurance covers life, insurance covers property. Insurance is for risk, insurance is for poor, and insurance is based on certainty of events, while insurance is based on indemnity principle. Question number 27. Okay, 26, why not B? Both policies must claim simultaneously. It can be. Like must be लिखा है ना, can be हो सकता है. Can be यानी कि अब ये भी तो हो सकता है कि सारा का सारा इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ मैं एक ही कंपनी का वसूल कर रहा हूँ और सेकंड वाली को मैं बाद के लिए यूज करूँ, राइट? सो दिस इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी, दिस इज नॉट मस्ट बी. यहाँ पे कैन बी होता तो ये सही हो सकता था, बट इफ दे आर राइटिंग मस्ट बी then definitely this is an extreme statement which we have to avoid. Question number 27. Which of the following is difference between insurance and insurance? Yes, insurance is your certainty which is bound to happen. Insurance is indemnity. Indemnity means what? कि जब आपका loss होगा तभी पैसा मिलेगा. Right? So the answer will be option number D, which is insurance is based on certainty of events while insurance is based on indemnity principle. Very good. This was a tough question. Those who have given answer correct, very good. Right? Insurance, they cannot be same. Insurance cover life while insurance cover over property, again incorrect. So basically in assurance they will give you some assured. In insurance they will say some insured. Insured means what? कि ये 10 लाख का sum insured है, राइट? अगर आपका लॉस 8 लाख तक का हुआ है तो आपको 8 लाख मिल जाएगा. बट इन सम assured what happens is if they say 1 crore, sum assured is 1 crore and the person who is taking this insurance is no more, वो चल गया ऊपर, that उसकी लाइफ खत्म होगी, so his family members will get 1 crore, right? So sum assured you will definitely get if the policy holder is no more. Insurance में up to the amount of loss you will get. So answer will be D. Good. Question number 28. What is the key advantage of group insurance compared to individual insurance? What is the key advantage of group insurance compared to an individual insurance? Group insurance और individual insurance में difference क्या है? Group insurance basically means that everybody who is falling in this particular group will take the insurance. Individual insurance means what? That only one person will take it. So what is the advantage of group insurance compared to individual insurance? A group insurance provides higher premium. Group insurance does not require any underwriting. Group insurance provides unlimited coverage of amount. A group insurance provides cost due to saving in administrative and medical examination expenses. See, group insurance provides lower cost. Good provides unlimited coverage, underwriting or higher premiums. See, the correct answer will be option number D. Because in group insurance what happens is that if you all take the insurance that will reduce the cost. So my correct answer will be option number D. Good. Everybody, those who are giving the right answer, lage raho, you are going on the right track. Question number 29. Dash insurance refers to the insurance coverage of a vessel itself and it's the equipment such as machinery, engine and future. So you are covering the insurance for the vessel itself and its equipment also. So basically in marine insurance, You have whole insurance, right? Whole insurance is like comprehensive. Like आप आपके शिप का भी इंश्योरेंस ले रहे हो, शिप के ऊपर जो सामान रखा है उसका भी इंश्योरेंस ले रहे हो, राइट? So answer will be what in this particular case? Can you please tell me? 29. कार्गो इंश्योरेंस में सिर्फ आप कार्गो जो आपने सामान रखा है शिप के ऊपर उसका इंश्योरेंस लेते हो. द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी whole insurance. Whole insurance basically is that particular insurance wherein you take the insurance of the ship and its integral equipment. It differs from marine cargo which covers only good, but in whole insurance में आप पूरा comprehensive insurance ले रहे हो, right? So answer over here will be option number B, which is whole insurance. Question number 30 now. चलो 20 क्वेश्चन और है. I need full energy from all of yours. Travel insurance protects policyholder against financial loss from the risks such as flight delays, baggage loss, and medical emergencies. And dash what? Do travel insurance cover your migration delays, passport loss, hotel rating changes, and itinerary preferences? Whole basically is a term which says it's a kind of an insurance jargon. इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री में यूज होता है. चलिए बताइए क्वेश्चन नंबर 30 का. Travel insurance protects policyholder against financial loss from the risks such as flight delays, baggage loss, medical emergencies and passport loss. Because ये एक ऐसा लॉस है जो आपको आपके बिहेवियर पे डिपेंड करता है, राइट? यू हैव सम इंटरेस्ट, अगेन इंश्योरेबल इंटरेस्ट in that particular passport. Immigration, hotel rating changes and itinerary preferences, these are not covered. So your answer will be B. Question number 31. चलिए, what is the main difference between life and journal, which is non-life insurance? Life insurance cover property? No. Life insurance is a contract of indemnity. Life insurance is a contract for insurance. Journal insurance is the contract of indemnity. This is very, very correct. So my answer will be C. I think this question gets repeated. And this is again a very popular concept. So you should be able to understand it. Chaliye, so this we have done. I am moving forward to 32. ABC Insurance Company issues a policy of 200 crores, but they can only retain 50 crores of risk. The remaining 150 crore is transferred to the another one. This reflects what? Can you please answer 32 ka? I am asking the answer for 32. I am asking the answers for 32. 32 का आंसर बताइए प्लीज. 32. This is known as reinsurance. Reinsurance means one particular company is passing the risk to the other company. For example, if I have insured a very big person, उस बंदे को ही मैंने 100 करोड़ का इंश्योरेंस दे दिया है, बट आई नो दैट माई कंपनी इज नॉट एबल टू पे 100 करोड़ क्योंकि इतना पैसा नहीं है कंपनी के पास. सो कंपनी रिस्क ट्रांसफर कर देती है टू अनदर कंपनी. नाउ दिस इज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विच इज हैपनिंग बिटवीन टू इंश्योरेंस कंपनी. It is known as reinsurance. In reinsurance is like insurance of insurance companies. So जब insurance companies अपना ही insurance करा लेती है उसे बोलते हैं reinsurance. Right? So my answer will be option number C. Very good, those who have given the right answer. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 33. बैंक का इंश्योरेंस. बैंक का इंश्योरेंस बेसिकली मींस एक इंश्योरेंस कंपनी और एक बैंक दोनों साथ में आके बनाते हैं बैंक का इंश्योरेंस. Right? Now insurance company tells to the bank that you give me your customer set, I will sell my insurance policy from your banks. Right? In bank insurance, the bank primarily serves as dash channel for distributing insurance products. So a bank has a distribution channel. Remember, bank will not decide your premium. That will be decided by the insurance company only. आप सिर्फ एक बैंक का साथ इसलिए ले रहे हो ताकि आपका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन अच्छा हो सके. So my correct answer will be option number A. My correct answer will be option number A. Good. क्वेश्चन नंबर 34. ये हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया है. ओवर इंश्योरेंस. ओवर इंश्योरेंस मीन्स व्हाट? मेरी प्रॉपर्टी 20 लाख की है बट मैंने इंश्योरेंस ले लिया 40 लाख का. अब ये बहुत ही वियर्ड केस है कि आपकी प्रॉपर्टी 20 लाख की है, आपने इंश्योरेंस 40 लाख का ले रखा है. सो ओवर इंश्योरेंस basically is that particular insurance in which the sum insured is more than the actual value, or it is same or it is less. You only tell me. 34 का right answer बता दीजिए. Yes, it will be option number C because your sum insured is more than the actual value. Cool. Question number 35. चलिए इसका आंसर बताइए. Again an application based question. एक application based question, इसका आंसर बताइए. Rahul wants to ensure lifetime financial security for his daughter and also wants lump sum amount in his old age. Which policy suit him? Which policy suits his better needs? He is looking for lifetime financial security for his daughter. Lifetime में तो एक ही policy बचती, that is your whole life. That is your whole life. As the name suggests, it's whole life. तो पूरी life के लिए secure रहोगे. Term insurance, no. Term insurance because it pays money back after 5 years, or you will take whole life. The correct answer will be option number D, whole life. Right? Answer will be what? 35 का आंसर बताया आप लोगों ने? ऐसा अलाउड है नहीं, ओवर इंश्योरेंस अलाउड नहीं है. Yes, the correct answer will be option number D, whole life. Right? Question number 36. Non-disclosure of material facts affects an insurance contract because non-disclosures invalidate premiums calculation, non-disclosure delays the renewal process, non-disclosure converts the policy into gambling contract, or it creates financial gain for the insured. 34. Okay, we will repeat it. Don't worry. 36 का पहले बता दीजिए क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट हो चुका है, तो लेट्स कंप्लीट इट, देन वी विल गो टू 34. राइट? Non-disclosure of material facts will definitely invalidate your premium calculation. So answer will be A. Why? Because if I'm not telling that whether I have a heart disease or not, that will increase or reduce your premium. Right? For example, a person is very, very old. He says that my age is just 25 years or his age is only just 45 years. So he is not telling his correct age. So उसका premium कम हो जाएगा. Right? Which is not good. Because if you are telling the good things or if you are telling the correct things, then your premium will be adjusted. So the correct answer will be A over here. Now if I go to 34, ओवर इंश्योरेंस. ओवर इंश्योरेंस बेसिकली सिंपल है. अगर आपकी प्रॉपर्टी 20 लाख की है तो आप इंश्योरेंस लोगे 20 लाख तक का ही. राइट? इसे बोलते हैं फुल इंश्योरेंस. फुल इंश्योरेंस जिसे इंश्योरेंस एट पार भी बोला जाता है. अंडर इंश्योरेंस बोला जाता है कि अगर आपकी प्रॉपर्टी 20 लाख की बट आप इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 18 लाख का ही ले रहे हो. ओवर इंश्योरेंस होता है कि आप ज्यादा का इंश्योरेंस ले रहे हो. तो ओवर इंश्योरेंस इज जनरली नॉट सीन इन इंडिया. जनरली लोग फुल इंश्योरेंस लेते हैं या अंडर इंश्योरेंस लेते हैं. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 36, आंसर विल बी ए. 37 का बताइए. Why does policyholder bears investment risk in ULIPs? ULIP stands for what? Unit linked insurance plans. Unit linked insurance plans is the correct. 36. ओके, देखते हैं. पहले आप इसका आंसर बताइए 37 का. Why does policy holder bear risk in ULIP? ULIP के अंदर बेसिकली होता यूं है कि जो भी आप प्रीमियम दे रहे हो, whatever premium you are giving, some part will be there for your insurance purpose and some part will be given for your investment purpose. ओके, तो ये इन्वेस्टमेंट के कारण यहाँ पे थोड़ा रिस्क ज्यादा होता है. Therefore the correct answer will be option number A. The funds are marketless. अगर मार्केट कोलैप्स हुआ तो आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट भी कोलैप्स हो जाएगा. राइट? सो द राइट आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर ए. यूलिप्स आर गवर्नमेंट बैक? नो. यूलिप्स परमिट फंड स्विचिंग? नो. एक बार पैसा लग गया तो लग गया. इंश्योरर गारंटीज फिक्स रिटर्न? नो. सो द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी ए. If I go to 36, yes, non-disclosure of material facts will is a violation of utmost good faith. Yes, it is. 36 का सिंपल आंसर है A, because your premium calculation will not be done in the correct manner. Right? Delays in renewal process, it is not making any sense. Right? अगर आपने प्रीमियम एक महीने लेट दे दी तो आपका वो रिन्यूअल प्रोसेस कम नहीं हो जाएगा, पॉलिसी फिर से स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. कन्वर्ट पॉलिसी इनटू गैम्बलिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. गैम्बलिंग तभी होगा जब आप प्रॉफिट में जाओगे. वो हो नहीं रहा है इस पर्टिकुलर केस में. क्रिएट फाइनेंशियल गेन्स फॉर द इंश्योर्ड, ये भी पॉसिबल नहीं है. इंश्योर्ड के लिए प्रॉफिट हो ही नहीं सकता है. राइट? सो आंसर विल बी ए ओनली. 37 का ए हो चुका है. 38, a very famous concept, insurance penetration. Insurance penetration measures premium as a percentage of what? So if you have to check insurance penetration in India, you will take insurance premium as a part of GDP. So your correct answer will be option number B. अब ये इजी क्वेश्चन है, थोड़े जल्दी होने चाहिए आपके लिए. इंश्योरेंस पेनिट्रेशन जीडीपी पे होता है. राइट? इंश्योरेंस पेनिट्रेशन, रिमेंबर इंश्योरेंस डेंसिटी पॉपुलेशन पे होता है. सो इंश्योरेंस penetration is a key economic indicator that measures total insurance premium written in the country during a specific period as a percentage of GDP. राइट तो अगर आपको पेनिट्रेशन देखना है तो यू हैव टू चेक जीडीपी नंबर. बट इफ यू हैव टू चेक पर कैपिटा डेंसिटी, इफ यू हैव टू चेक पर कैपिटा डेंसिटी कि इंडिया में ऑन एन एवरेज कितने लोग प्रीमियम कितने अमाउंट का दे रहे हैं, तब आप इंश्योरेंस डेंसिटी चेक करते हो. तो पेनिट्रेशन के लिए याद रखना आपका जीडीपी होगा. और अगर आपको पर कैपिटा देखना है, पर कैपिटा एज एन लाइक कि हर बंदा कितना कितना इंश्योरेंस का प्रीमियम दे रहा है, देन यू विल चेक इंश्योरेंस डेंसिटी. रिमेंबर ये बहुत फंडामेंटल है, ये बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेश्चन है. इंश्योरेंस डेंसिटी represents premium per capita, right, which is like population based. So my answer will be option number C. Insurance density is the economic method that measures the total insurance premium written in the country with respect to total population. And remember, ये बहुत ही fundamental है, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए. But some people gave the wrong answer. I am quite dissatisfied. Question number 40. Micro insurance. In what case inflation is taken into consideration? In both it can be taken because insurance premium दोनों में increase हो सकती है. Question number 40. Micro insurance primarily targets what? Micro insurance primarily targets what? High income groups, low income groups, corporation और NRIs. Micro insurance basically are made for financial inclusion, कि सब लोगों को इंश्योरेंस मिलना चाहिए. तो वो होता है लो इनकम ग्रुप्स के लिए. सो आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर सी. चलिए लास्ट 10 क्वेश्चंस टू सॉल्व. आई नीड फुल एनर्जी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 41. Consider the following statement regarding evolution of insurance sector in India. LIC was created by merging 200 more private insurers. The Malhotra Committee recommended opening sector to the private sector. Insurance penetration in India is higher than UK. No, no, no. In insurance penetration, India has very, very less number. Right? Malhotra Committee recommended opening of a private sector to private players. Yes. And this was again, Malhotra Committee was very famous in insurance industry. LIC was created by merging 200 more. Yes. LIC actually is the largest insurance company in India at least. So my answer will be A because they are asking you the correct one. They are asking you the correct one. Remember, LIC was formed in 1956 by nationalizing 254 private players. So it's a very big company if you see by magnitude. चलिए, question number 42. Consider the following statements. IRDAI regulates both insurance and reinsurance. IRDAI has the authority to issue license to the intermediaries of insurance. IRDAI directs the interest rate payable on endowment plans. See, IRDAI cannot tell you that what interest you have to pay on your endowment plans because this is decided by the companies itself. So my statement C eliminated. IRDAI regulates both insurance and reinsurance business in India. Yes, it do. And insurance has the IRDAI has the authority also because it's a regulator. So the correct answer will be 1 plus 2. The correct answer will be 1 plus 2. Again, your answer will be option number A itself. Right. 43. Banca insurance allows insurer to use bank branches as distribution channel. Bank earns commission through banca insurance. In India, banks can underwrite insurance policy on the behalf of insurers. बताइए इसका आंसर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 43 ऑन माय स्क्रीन. 43 का बताइए. Banca insurance allows insurer to use bank branches. Yes, because banks act as a distribution agent in banca insurance. Banks earn commission through income for banca insurance. Yes, they will definitely earn an income. Therefore, they are coming into a partnership agreement. In India, banks can underwrite insurance policy on behalf of insurance. No, because insurance company can only underwrite. Underwrite means issue करना. ठीक है. So my answer over here will be option number A again. So बहुत सारा answer A ही आ रहा है by luck or by coincidence only. Question number 44. A private insurer cannot unilaterally change or terminate insurance policy during the contract period except in the cases such as what? चलिए बताइए. Question number 44. A private insurer cannot unilaterally change or terminate a policy during the contract period except in the case of non-payment of premium. So my answer will be option number B, because if I'm not making a premium, I am not following the contract. And if I'm not following the contract, the insurance company can declare that particular contract as void or as cancelled. अगर मैंने गलती करी तो भुगतना तो पड़ेगा. Revision of government guidelines, increased in operational expenses, change in taxation laws. So यहाँ पे except पूछा था, except in the cases such as what? Yes, so answer will be B. Question number 45. चलिए, last 5 questions to solve. Social security insurance schemes are generally funded through what? Social security is given by the government or by the government of that particular country. Premium collected from private insurers, income generated from foreign investments, contribution from taxpayer money, or dividend earned through stock market operations. Yes, social securities will be earned through your taxpayer money, because I will pay the tax, then government of India will launch a insurance scheme, social insurance scheme, in which they are not collecting premium from the person, but they have made a pool जहाँ से वो लोग insurance issue करेंगे. ये सो आंसर विल बी सी. बेसिकली हमारे खर्चे पे अगर कोई इंश्योरेंस इशू करता है, जैसे हम लोग टैक्स पे करते हैं, राइट, वी व्हेन वी पे टैक्सेस वी आर गिविंग मनी टू द गवर्नमेंट. चलिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 46. 46 on my screen. Insurance works on the principle of cooperation among dash. Insurance works on the principle of cooperation among large number of people sharing the losses, individual policy holder, only insurer or only financial institutions. बताइए 46 का. Insurance works on the principle of cooperation among only a large number of persons sharing the losses. It's like everybody will share some part of it. So the correct answer will be option number B. अब ये बहुत बेसिक क्वेश्चंस है, मतलब डेफिनेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस है, और आपके एग्जाम में लास्ट ईयर प्रिंसिपल से क्वेश्चन था एक. उससे लास्ट ईयर अगर आप देखोगे जब भी पेपर हुआ था 2015 में, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, एपीएफसी में दे हैव आस्क्ड यू रिगार्डिंग सोशल इंश्योरेंस. सो क्वेश्चंस इजी ही आने वाले हैं, एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम द इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर. बाकी लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस इन द रियल एग्जाम. 47. Who is an actuary in insurance company? Actuary is basically a person who will go and understand the risk. Once your risk is decided, then only your premium will be decided, right? So who is an actuary? Tell me. Who is an actuary in insurance company? इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में एक्चुअली कौन होता है? बताइए आंसर. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स. Yes, the person who calculates premium risks and reserves. So answer will be B. Very easy. Good. 47 का C लिख रहे हो आप लोग. Who sells the insurance policy? No. Sell तो agent करेगा, right? So answer will be B. Yes, very good. 48. Who is a surveyor in insurance? Surveyor is basically that particular person who will go after the accident and check कि damage कितना हुआ है. So who is a surveyor in insurance contract? Surveyor in insurance contract is the person who audits, who designs, who inspects the damages, or who calculates mortality rates. Yes, they will be a person who inspects and damages or excesses the loss. So answer will be option number C. Right? A surveyor will be a person who will go on the site and he will check कि कितने का लॉस हुआ है. राइट अगर आप बोलोगे 6 लाख का लॉस हुआ है तो सर्वेयर उसको वैलिडेट करेगा कि हाँ यार सही में 6 लाख का हुआ है या ज़्यादा का हुआ है या कम का हुआ है. 49. चलिए लास्ट टू क्वेश्चंस. वेरी इजी वन. A deductible in an insurance policy refers to what? Deductible is basically the amount which I have to pay from my pocket. Every insurance contract has a deductible of, let's say, rupees 100, of rupees 200, or of rupees 1000. A deductible is an insurance policy refers to the part of policy that insurer must pay before insurance starts. Minimum claim by the insurance must pay. The amount of insurer will pay at the maturity. Extra premium charge. A minimum claim that the insurer must pay, the amount paid by insurer at maturity, a part of loss that insurer must pay before the insurance starts. Yes, this is paid by insured. Deductible is paid by insured. जो कंपनी पॉलिसी दे रही है वो डिडक्टेबल नहीं देती, जो बंदा पॉलिसी ले रहा है वो डिडक्टेबल देता है. राइट, वेरी गुड. लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द डे. आई एम लुकिंग फॉर ऑल द आंसर्स. कम ऑन. I'm sorry, I am having running nose, but trying to focus. Question number 50. Which of the following correctly shows the difference between peril and hazard? Peril is basically the root cause, right? Root cause of an event. Hazard is basically all the consequences which can happen because of peril. Yes. Hazard is a cause of loss. Peril is a cause of loss. Both are same. Peril is always man-made and hazard is always natural. Yes, 50th ka B will be the correct answer. Right, hazard increases the chances of loss where peril is the actual cause of loss. So my correct answer will be option number B. So that's it, my friend. That completes your insurance marathon. Today we have solved 50 questions on different topics. I hope you enjoyed it. How much marks you have scored out of 50? If I can just ask, how many of you have scored 45 plus? How many of you have scored 45 plus? Yes, very fast because the questions were easy. So if something is easy, you should be able to solve very fast. Right. Shan, there will be multiple one-liners only. Last year उन लोगों ने indemnity का question पूछा हुआ है, which is again from principles of insurance. So आप डरिए मत. Just try to solve basic questions which are on theme of insurance, terms of insurance, types of insurance policy. That's it. ठीक है? चलिए जी, that's it. Have a great time ahead. Allow me to take your leave. Tomorrow again a new marathon will be there for all of you accounts, and we will be again solving 100 questions on accounts. That's it. Have a